was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? How are you, Diane? If it looks as though I'm here, well, obviously, right? If it looks as though I'm not ready, if it looks as though I'm still working on 90-11 things, this is true. No, Diane, this is not the BKP 6-hour program. There's so many days that I'm very fortunate that I'm here and she is there. So I'm not this close to getting in trouble. Folks, it is an action-packed day. So I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Voiceofruralamerica.com. Wow. Hi, Diane. How are you? It is March 25th, 2025, 8:02 in the morning. I'm going to get another shot of coffee. I'm telling you, I'm going to need it. Just when you thought it was safe, the AJC swoops in and works with Republicans, Republicrats, Democrats, Demarubs. What are they? Anyhow, just when you think, and I'm going to explain. So today, oh, by the way, do you have the Signal app? Now, I do. I have the Signal app on my phone. I have the Signal app on my computer. They have kicked your host, BKP, out of many groups. Yes, group chats. It's an encrypted chat program. And you can put groups together. You can name them. You want to hear something funny? The group that call themselves on Signal. Now listen to this. This is funny. You're going to crack up. The group that call themselves, the name of the Signal group is Georgia True Republicans. And they have kicked your host out. I got kicked out of Georgia True Republicans a long time ago. So the Signal app that apparently Goldberg, is that his name? Was invited. Now, let me just say this, because that's not where we're going to start, all right? We're not going to start there. I'm not going to double down. Yesterday was a cabinet meeting, and there happens to be some really great news going on for Americans out there. Some great news. All right. Manufacturing, new plants being announced, optimism, some great news is taking place. And yesterday was the day, and we will get into it because the Signal chat does exist. It's out there. We'll get into that. But the cabinet meeting, we're going to go there first because they don't want you. I've watched, as you know, I watched last night. I watched this morning all of the Mockingbird deep state media, and not a one, for some reason, not a one would tell you this. Diana, I'm going to do a little jumping around. Don't get nervous in there. Don't get nervous. But we're going to do just a little bit of jumping around. Give me number 94. You will not hear this on any of the deep state corporate corrupt media. You won't hear this, okay? So here is, for the past 3 weeks, Social Security has been executing a major cleanup of their records. Approximately 7 million number holders, 7 million, all listed age 120. Now, they put this out. The media calls this a lie. They say, well, this is a lie. All right? Okay. Now, we are waiting. I'm waiting for a couple dates. One, April 2nd, the great American tariff date, that we're going to be okay. Manufacturers will move into this country. The great tariff date of April 2nd. Then I'm waiting for April 3rd, because usually April 3rd is when senior citizens, those loved people in our country that the evil Democrats, they just make they make a career out of scaring you. You remember years ago, push grandma over the hill in the wheelchair? They've been yelling Social Security for God knows how long. Now, they yelled it so loud that a Republican for years, there was a fear. If you have a consultant, because there's those brains out there, they're political consultants, all right? They will advise you never to say anything about Social Security. Now, Republicans have been advised for years to don't say cut Social Security, don't say that, but go a step further and say we won't even touch it. We won't touch it. It doesn't matter if $1 trillion is being stolen from the American people next week. If it's happening in Social Security, we won't touch it, not even look. That's what Republicans have been trained, because they don't want to lose their Republican political career, right? That's what's most important here, is that political career, that moving forward, taking that next step. Not America, our sovereignty, our full faith and credit, as the Democrats like to say, for our children and grandchildren. No, that's out there. So for the past 3 weeks, Social Security has been executing a major cleanup of records. Approximately 7 million number holders, all listed age 120, and now been marked as deceased. Another 5 million ago. Here you go. The ages, right? They put this out, Department of Government Efficiency. And here you go. For the past 2 weeks, have begun major cleanup of their records. Approximately 3.7 million number holders are listed age 20, right? Now, they won't talk about this. They won't even look at it. They just yell, it's a lie. There you go. Take that down. So we're going to discuss, give me number 91. We're going to discuss this. We're out there for everything today. Everything happens today. 91. Folks, he is there. This is not, you. If you're new to the show, I put it out there. You tell me. At the first cabinet meeting was standing room only. Elon stood over in the back. Yesterday, Elon had a seat at the table and a place card. A place card. Now, this is up to you. But for all that, questioning, remember, this has happened from this side of MAGA, Steve Bannon, right? The attacks. Now, you are out here if you think I'm attacking people. I'm not. I'm delivering you the actual facts. Bannon went on so many social media sites. He is on video. He's interviews that Elon would be gone by Inauguration Day. He would be finished. All right? Finished. Kaput. Out. He'll never make it. We'll get rid of him. His day is up. He's over. Right? Now, Elon throttled down. Now, we're not going to split the hairs on this. But like Laura Loomer, okay, I follow Laura. I, keep an eye on this. I keep an eye on everything, folks. So he's throttled down Laura Loomer. Someone in the X organization put the check mark, their verification, took it off for a couple days. Remember when the boom, AI, the tech world, where a certain group went after them with the visas? Remember I forget the number of that visa, for the best and brightest. Ooh, that was an ugly 2 weeks. That was going to take Elon down. Remember, that would get rid of Elon. All right, just say it. Then the media said, we'll do it. We'll separate them. We'll show a divide. We'll put up articles every day. Every day we will post an article that says, sources inside the White House say Trump's top people are grumbling behind the scenes. Okay. Sources in the White House say that Trump is starting to grow frustrated with Elon. Okay. So they tried that, right? They tried that. Nothing happened. Then they said, all right, here's what we're going to do. Here's where we're going to go. We're going to nosedive the guy's stock portfolio. 29 billion, whatever. One day, Elon Musk loses 29 billion. So the deep state people are back there in the room and they're going, I bet he gets out now. And they run in, boss. I wonder who boss is. Boss. Elon didn't leave. What do you mean he didn't leave? We totally crashed his stock. I mean, his name is being tied to the stock market crash that we're creating and this insecurity and what is it? The uncertainty in the markets. What do you mean Elon didn't leave? He didn't leave, sir. I got it. Molotov cocktail his, right? Molotov cocktail his dealership. Let's just go right for the throat. Let's take terrorist acts and let's take Tesla down. Now he's lost billions. Yes, sir, but the other day, SpaceX went up and brought 2 astronauts back that Biden left up there for 9 months. It's kind of a nice thing he did for the country. I don't care. Hide that. Hide that in the media. Do not let that out. Do not let the people know this. Yeah, this is, now listen, Stuart. So they put out the, take down Tesla all over. I got a message yesterday. If it doesn't take me long, I'm going to find it because I loved it. It was from out in Tennessee. All right. I'm just going to, it was out in Tennessee and I absolutely loved it. Okay. Where's it at? I can't find it. All right. I can't find it, but it said the Franklin, right? Where was it? All right. So the Franklin, Tennessee had like 20 people show up at their rally to take down Tesla. So next thing, right? Going to take down Tesla. Now, I'm for sure death threats. I'm for sure Steve Bannon, Laura Loomer. I'm for sure New York Times, all of these stories we can plant. I'm for sure Little X. I'm for sure stock market. I'm for sure sooner or later he will say, this country is not worth it. The end all is not worth it. Trump is not worth it. I was doing okay before, meeting women, having children, living and sleeping in a beanbag chair. I don't need this. That's the end all. They thought Elon was going to say, I don't need this. Folks, I'm here to report he has a seat at the table with a name card. And yesterday, all around the table was different secretaries giving a Doge report. That's right. So I'm going to go with this unless something happens. And I mean something happens. Elon's there. Mm-hmm. That's right. What is the end all? Don't know. Give me this right here because we're going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to start with give me number 86, Diane. Can you give me 86? We're going to start with the cabinet meeting, what they don't want you to hear. They want you to hear about a signal group. We're going to talk about that. All right, Hegseth. Multiple bombs found inside Tesla's showroom in Texas as threats against Elon Musk continue. I like his hat. Trump was right about everything. Trump was right about everything. That's the hat. Go back to 91. That is the hat he wore at the table. So listen to this right here. And this is just one, and we'll probably play it again on the other side of the break. Play video 13 from the cabinet meeting yesterday, Diane.
She's making these cuts, but you've done so with a specific focus on the Social Security.
Is that video 13? That should be video 12. What you put up should be video 12. Am I right or wrong? Did I number things wrong? Because according to what I have, what you just put up was video 12. I'm looking for 13. All right, so now I'm looking for once. Well, I would say this afterward. Do you have it or not, or do I need to move on? Don't take that wrong. I just want to make sure I sent it. Okay.
Give me one second. I think it came across as a photo. So give me a second.
Video 13? That could be me, folks. That could be me. All right. I maybe did not save the video address. So while she's telling me up or down, thumbs up or down, if I have an error in my reporting, we're waiting for and they're going to try to scare you. We'll talk to you on the other side of the break. We're waiting for if seniors in America receive a Social Security check next month, all right, we'll get into that. If the Veterans Administration, if the VA, if you get your benefits, if you get your disability, VA disability, if everything goes through in April, everybody can relax. All right. Do I need to move on?
I'm trying to load it.
'Cause
The computer's going slow.
Okay, no problem. I sent over 192 things today, folks. So sorry about that, Diane. Now, we're going to talk about Georgia, the Georgia Hour. All right. Folks, we have a big meeting down at the Georgia State Capitol today at 1 o'clock. There's going to be a committee hearing at 1 o'clock today. And that is to hear, and we'll talk about that in a minute, SB 214 in room 307 at 1 p.m. today. That is 214. So do you think it's best we go to break, Diane, come back and work on it afterwards? Because that's up to you. Computer's running slow, I guess. Why don't we just go ahead and go to break, and we'll do the whole segment when we come back.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Thank you, Diane. Welcome all. Folks, if you're new to the program, I send over some days. Today I have 27 videos and 105 pictures. Yes. So, my appreciation to the chef. All right, so let's start here. Now, we're going to get back on, and I'll tell you why. We started this just a minute ago. We do have, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. At 10 o'clock will be the Georgia Hour. And we have a lot to go over. We're going to talk about some legislation, some things that are happening. We have 6 days left in the Georgia legislative session of this year. Hopefully we can get through that and get them out of there so they can stop causing damage to the good people of Georgia. We'll put it like that. A lot happening there. And then we will have another 25-minute on the corruption. Of my opinion, the corruption, I'd like to know, is there a whole team of attorneys that watch the show? All right. In my opinion, the corruption in the Georgia GOP, Inc. Now, this morning, so you know, today, SB 214. So we had SB 303 paper ballots. All right. Today at 1 o'clock, room 307, at 1 o'clock, room 307, there will be a committee hearing on SB 214. And this will be election security legislation. All right. You want to be there. You want to be in the room. This is not the day that we look to go viral. We don't need to arrest Governor Kemp today. You can arrest him tomorrow, whatever. I'm being serious. We need to focus on this. Be down at the Capitol, 1 o'clock, room 307. Stay away from the grifters. You know who they are. They're going to be drifting around through there, the grifters. SB 214. Now, the corrupt, we will come out of the box on the Georgia Hour with the corrupt layout of none other than the AJC. So give me 105. Can you give me 105? Despite inaccurate criticism from the left and right, this is Gabriel Sterling. We at the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger's office, continue to deliberate steady work of keeping Georgia's voter rolls the cleanest in the nation. It isn't sexy, but it is vital to our elections. Sweeping cancellation of 455,000 voter registrations planned in Georgia. Now, before you cheer this, okay, today is the day that the Secretary of State's office will go into the 1 o'clock room 307 and say, Eric, the Eric system is working. Read the whole article. We'll do it at 10 a.m. Because we have legislation that will remove our voter registration system out of Eric. So today they are coming full throat against the Eric is working. They're going to come in and say they can prove it, and what a mistake to pull out of Eric. That's big today. So let's get out of there. Now, at 10, maybe around 10:30, give me number, and I'm debating on doing this. Diane, do you think we should put up number 42? I'm a yes. All right, well, that's what Diane thought. So this is Debbie Dooley, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Now, we don't know that Debbie charges anything for those dirty deeds that she is becoming famous for, right? We don't know if she has a price list. We don't know that. We don't know if the check comes in her name or if there is a check. We don't know if it's a prepaid Visa, MasterCard. We do not know that. We don't know if it's a Venmo account offshore. We know nothing. And we are really trying, if you have information of how she is compensated or if she gets compensated. But those are some damn dirty deeds, right? So we will have our Debbie Dooley Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap segment at 10:30. Take that down. I guess you were voting with the clicker, right? She's the one that gets to click, put it up. Now,
I can't see the pictures until they go on the screen.
So you just took a chance?
I had no idea.
You just took a chance?
I had no idea.
Okay, is that what we call in the business plausible deniability? All right, I see you going on record there. I didn't know. All right, so I just clicked 40. I just clicked 42. So let's go back here. Yesterday was not one word. The Signal Group. We're going to talk about the Signal Group, I promise. But yesterday, not one word this morning. When I say yesterday, not one word this morning concerning the cabinet meeting. I don't have a graphic. I don't have anything from the cabinet meeting yesterday. So I thought what I would do is we would take, they still want you to believe, give me 39. They still want you to believe that there's negotiations going on. Right? They continue to say, yesterday, Steve Witkoff takes the Kremlin side, the Wall Street Journal. They continue to want you to believe that Russia and Ukraine, there's negotiations going on. There's no negotiations. The Russians are talking to us, our delegation from the United States, about a Ukrainian unconditional pardon. And then we call the Ukrainians and say they want this land. They want you gone. They want the parliament dissolved and reelected. It's an unconditional. We won. We're going to set up a new government. Hey, whoa. You want to go into how many times we won across the world? CIA, and then we set up a new government? I don't think we want to go there, right? So anyhow, take that down. We'll talk about them continuing to think that they're in negotiations. So yesterday, you would not know this based on what the media is running. Instead of loving our country, they are busy vindicating Hillary Clinton. I'm serious. I'll show you. They are busy vindicating Hillary Clinton. So I want to give you a couple reports from the yesterday. I'll get to that one in a minute. A couple reports from yesterday's cabinet meeting. Diane, I don't want them now, but I'm going to go 95, I think 96 and 97 in a minute. But here's some video reports. Let's start with yesterday. Let's go back and start with the video 13, Diane. Let's go with the video 13.
Well, a clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. That's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
Well, we're tackling the fraud, waste, and abuse in the agency. We've seen, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud go unprosecuted, so we're taking that on. We have a zero tolerance policy for fraud, and we continue to crack down on it and make sure people are held accountable.
That's amazing. And you have a lot of that. We found far too much of it. It's a pure fraud. We like to use the words waste and abuse because they sort of sound good, but many of these things are pure fraud.
All right. Fraud. And I'm like him. Waste and abuse is, I don't care what cabinet member's in there. I don't care who you are. Donald Trump's president of the United States. You can say waste and abuse, and we like to say that. But the reality is it's fraud. All right. The SBA is finding hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars fraud, loans to 11-year-olds and a loan to a 9-month-old. Right? Do you remember when Al Bundy got Buck Bundy a credit card? Do you remember that? And Steve said, a jail you'll be a going. All right, forget it. Anyhow, a 9-month-old, 11-year-old, okay. Let's go with video 20. Video 20.
Sir. Well, let me just add to that, and thank you. We just had a wonderful cabinet meeting, all aligned on certainly the effort to realign the government. But even at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we've canceled a $300,000 contract educating on food justice for queer and transgender farmers in San Francisco. A similar contract we canceled in New York, again, educating transgender and queer farmers on food justice and food equality. I'm not even sure what that means, but apparently the last administration wanted to put our taxpayer dollars towards that. We canceled a $600,000 contract out of Louisiana that was studying the menstrual cycles of transgender men, a $600,000 contract. We canceled another contract out of a university in the middle of the country that focused on getting more diversity, equity, and inclusion into our pest management industry. Again, these are nonsensical. It makes zero sense to use taxpayer dollars to fund these. I know these are just a few examples of the hundreds and hundreds that we have found.
Well, a clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. That's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
So Brooke Rollins, you will not see this anywhere. Now I do want I do want to see, do queer farmers tiptoe through the tulips? I want to see queer farmers. I really do. I mean, so let me ask you a question. You know that you see it on TV. Don't act like you don't know. You see that commercial for what is it? I'd ask Diane, but she's going to pretend like she don't know. But you know that commercial where what is it? A farmer's dating site? Where farmers meet other farmers. Is there something in the fine print that says no queer farmers on this site? I don't know. Lord, I'm going to get in trouble. Queer trans farmers. And then 600K. Did she say, Diane, sync up the menstrual cycles for transgender men a contract? I mean, I know I'm not, I know this is not correct. Yes, right?
Was it 600,000 or 600 million? It was 600 something.
It's 600,000, I'm positive. But anyhow, but it was for syncing up the menstrual cycle of trans men. Is that correct? Something like that?
Yeah, so they're men and they're checking their cycle.
Yeah, get it in sync. And then 300K on the queer trans farmers in San Francisco and New York. No, I understand. We're going to get to the Signal Group, Pete Hegseth. We're going to get to that in a moment. And vindicating Hillary Clinton, because that's what they're doing on the networks this morning. They're not even discussing this. So give me 95. Just finished up another great cabinet meeting. Example of energy in the office is Brooke Rollins, the Ag Secretary. The president has assembled the most qualified and unified cabinet in history. The bureaucracy will never reform itself. DOGE is right-sizing the government to the size and scope of the American people mandated. Now, I will tell you this right here. Elon is at the table, and we're determined to cut and get rid of all of this waste. Got a 9-month-old getting SBA loans, queer farmers, contracts. Let's see. This is a report. Let's go with this report. Video 22 from the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Video 22.
We are under your direction. We're reprivatizing the economy. We're bringing down government spending. We're bringing down excess employment in the government sector. On the other side, we're going to re-leverage the banking system. We're going to have all the new manufacturing jobs, so everyone who's laid off from the government will have an opportunity to go into the private sector, and that is going to lead to disinflation. Inflation is under control. We're going to get the affordability crisis fixed. So lower energy, deregulation, more private sector jobs that will naturally get interest rates down. Mortgage rates are down almost every week since January 20th. The energy costs are down about 15%. Crude oil's down about 15%. And as we keep that going, interest rates are going to keep declining. It'll be good for mortgages. It'll be good for credit card debt. It'll be great for auto loans.
I mean, I am just stunned that that's not the headlines this cabinet meeting. Now, the last administration, the Otto Penn administration, they had no cabinet meetings. This is a full report to the American people. All right? A full report to the American people. This is the cabinet secretaries. Trump calls them together. You're going to have a meeting. We're going to give a report to the American people. And I'll tell you right now, if they don't want to give a report to the American people, if they're not doing their job, they can go. Bottom line, they can go. Scott Bessent said we're going to reprivatize the economy. Now, I spoke to a person yesterday that works in job placement, all right? And they interview, they do everything up front, the background, everything. So if you're a company looking for people, now I've spoke to this person in the last year going through the Biden administration, whatever, they really have a lot of difficulty finding people. And then when they would find people, well, I can only work these days, or I'm really not available for this kind of work, whatever. Now, this company is getting quality. When I say quality, they're not all bad. Quality people to go into the private sector that lost their job in the government. You see, we're not just trying to fire you. We're not. Trump's not trying to put you on the breadline in the poorhouse. At the same time, they are working to bring privatized businesses into this country, into the private sector. They're working on things right now. Now, if you take this, let me give you this for an example, okay, for you out there, and you're going to understand this. NAFTA, right? One of the largest crimes in the middle of the day, watching our manufacturing jobs go north and south. NAFTA. What a crime on the American people and our middle class and the working class in America. All right. Now, when they did that, the government, I'm going to give you the exact opposite. When they did that, the government came in, because I could show you Levi Strauss in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I could show you the Baker Furniture Company out in North Carolina, Andrews, North Carolina. I could show you manufacturers in the textile industry through North Carolina. You know what the government did? They came in and took abandoned buildings, and they opened government-funded retraining facilities. You could go and be retrained. Oh, you worked in the furniture factory your whole life? Well, we're going to teach you how to be an insurance agent. I mean, yes, that's what our government did. They took our jobs, they sent them north, they sent them south, they sent them to China, and said, oh, we're going to take a big, massive government fund, and we're going to put in your area, after we screwed your local economy and your people, we're going to put a training facility, so you can learn new skills and get a job in the new American economy, in the new jobs that are out there. That's what they did. This is real, okay? Now, these people may not want to get a job in a steel mill, but give me video. This is an investment. Give me video 18. Video 18.
We had a very, very good cabinet meeting. We're on our way to some tremendous numbers. I think, first of all, many companies are now moving into the United States. They're coming back. Some of them left us from many years ago, decades ago, and they're all coming back. We have probably identified maybe $4 trillion worth of companies moving back or going to move back. Many of them have announced it's going to be tremendous jobs, high-paying jobs too. And you probably know the chip business, not because of the CHIPS Act, which was a disaster. You gave billions of dollars to companies that already have many billions of dollars. They said thank you very much. It was no incentive for them to use it. But what is good is the tariffs will make it so that they want to come back. That's why they're coming back. I think they're coming back because of the election that took place on November 5th, and because of the fact that they have to come back because the tariffs are forcing them to come back. And remember, there are no tariffs if you build here, and that's a big factor. So we have record numbers. Howard was just telling me the numbers that we're talking about are crazy, beyond anybody's wildest expectation. So they'll be doing a lot of a lot of building, all sorts of businesses, including the basics of automobiles. We have, as you know, Honda is coming in with a massive plant to Indiana, but there are many plants that are happening, and literally some are started already. General Motors is already redoing plants that were half abandoned, or they have plants that weren't being fully utilized. They're going to be, they and others are going to be making parts and other things in those plants so that it's one-stop shopping finally. It's ridiculous. You had to go to Mexico, you had to go to Canada, a car went all over the place. It was like, I don't know how that would have worked, but that's the way it sort of ended up. We had a deal, and we have a deal, it's fine, but people took advantage of the deal. They cheated. And when you cheat, the deals are unfortunate. But now what's happening is the numbers are beyond our wildest expectations.
They cheated. When you cheat, I mean, Trump, it's America first. And the American people do not hate that. The American people know that they have been cheating for God knows how long, what they've been doing to us. And the only thing they can put up, I have it here, the only thing they can put up is an attack. I have one here, I think, Diane. Give me number 4. Picture 4. Trump pledges auto, pharma tariffs in near future, sowing more trade confusion, doubt, right? They did not announce or bring anything. And what did Bessent say? Hey, new manufacturing, we're dealing with the affordability crisis. We're working on it on a daily basis. We're reprivatizing our economy, cutting spending, putting the balance in. And I have to tell you, the banks, they like it. Well, you don't have to believe that. They like it. Financial people like this cutting the waste. All right. Now, if they'll cut spending next. So, give me right here, before we get into 2 more, give me video 26. Yesterday, Trump announced a steel plant. Now, look, if you manufacture in America, there's no tariffs. That's easy. You want to avoid tariffs, you manufacture here. Give me video 26.
How did you convince Hyundai to come to your great state? How did you convince them to come to Louisiana?
It was easy. I told them we were going to have a great president this year, right? Look, I think that this is Americans seeing the America First policy in action, right? It's not just promises, it's about action. And not only and I appreciate their patience, because all last year, many of these legislators, the Speaker and the Senate President, we worked on making Louisiana as friendly for business as the president is making America. We worked on public safety. We worked on education reform, which the president's been working on. We worked on tax reform, historic tax reform. And what I can tell you is, to echo what the president said, in Louisiana right now, I believe before the summer's over, we'll have $50 billion worth of construction projects going on in Louisiana. That is a record, Mr. President. It has never happened under any other president, under any other administration. And I can only look at the leadership that he has brought, not only to the White House, but to the world as well. And so to have these executives come here and say, hey, we want to invest in America, because for decades now, what Americans have seen is jobs being offshored rather than onshored. And today's announcement is exactly that. This is a message for all America that this president and their governors out there care about the American worker.
That's the governor of Louisiana. I don't have his name written down. Governor of Louisiana, Hyundai, give me number 48. Hyundai is building a steel plant in Louisiana. All right. I thought I had it here a moment ago. A steel plant in Louisiana. Hyundai is building. Let's see if I have. No, that's it. They're building Georgia, Kia, and Hyundai plants to get steel from the new $6 billion Louisiana steel factory. coming there. Jobs in America, announcements like this investment, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about any of these investments or what's going forward. Also, I want to get to RFK Jr. Go ahead and give me video 24 because I want to finish up. The cabinet meeting yesterday. Give me video 24.
I'm very grateful to you and very grateful for the partnership with Doge, with Elon. We've identified extraordinary waste in my department and HHS. The expenditures, the budget of HHS during the Biden administration went up by 38%. The employees went up by 17%, and healthcare went down. We have 40 comms departments. We have 40 procurement departments. We have 40 IT departments, and we have 40 procurement, HR, none of them talking to each other. We are, with Elon's help, eliminating the redundancies. We are streamlining our department. We're going to go back to providing gold standard science. We're going to get the money to the scientists and to the patients rather than to the administrators and to the bureaucrats. And we're going to restore gold standard science, and we're going to make America healthy again.
Everything in America, take that down. Give me number 96. Everything in America, to get the money, they created an administrative level. Your school boards, your counties, your states, and they duplicate administrative levels, duplicate them over and over and over. And it's like he said, you know what? They have agencies that the duplication, and none of them talk to each other. Not a one. Did you hear what he said over and over? Give me number 44. He said, thank you, Elon. Well, in fact, before you put 44, give me video 21.
Elon, I want to thank you. I know you've been through a lot with this horrible situation that happens. It's a very unfair. What he is a patriot. Here's a man that I can tell you, he's a friend of mine. He's become a friend of mine. He supported me in the election. That's when I got to know him. Really, I knew him a little bit from the first term, but not much. But he's a patriot more than anything else. Never think of it. He has never asked me for a thing. He could have. I always say, I wonder if he's ever going to ask me for something. And that's always subject to change. And if it does change, I'll let you know about it. But Elon has never asked me for a thing. I mean, I got rid of the electric car mandate. I have no idea how that affects him, but possibly not good. I don't know. But he's never asked me for a thing. And I think that's an amazing tribute. I did get activated last week when I saw what they were doing. I said, he makes an incredible product, and we're going to go out and tell people you can't do that stuff, and support him. They got to support him, because if he wasn't doing this, he wouldn't have any of these difficulties. And I think it's getting less and less. Pam has done a great job with regard to all of the, I know the kind of investigations that are going on. If she finds them, which she will, she already found 4 of them.
She will.
But I think they're going to suffer very grave consequences, because they're really terrorists when you think about it. They're terrorists at a high level. And I think the people that are financing them, they could very well be people I know, people that you write about. But those people are in big trouble. So they better cut it out. But Elon's a patriot. We want to thank you very much for the job you're doing.
President.
Thank you very much.
Give me number 44. Folks, out of the shadows, Musk takes a seat at Trump's cabinet table. And those people applauded him, and they thanked him. And Trump said he's not asked for anything. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm open to criticism on Musk. I'm open to that. I'm open to anything you can tell me. I just know today where you're at Well, let me go ahead and give you this one. Give me video 23, and then we'll come back to this picture and wrap this segment up.
Is doing such a fantastic job. I thought maybe you could say a few words.
Thank you, President. As far as we are hearing a lot about fraud, waste, and abuse, a lot of waste and abuse, but there is a tremendous amount of fraud. And Elon, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your team. You have uncovered so much fraud in our government, and we will prosecute you. We have an internal task force now working with every agency sitting here at this table. And if you've committed fraud, we're coming after you. Thank you, Elon, for that. On the violent crime level, thanks to President Trump's directive, we are seeking the death penalty again. So all of these horrible, violent criminals that you're hearing about around the country, they will face the death penalty federally within our country. And the drug dealers need to get out of here because we are coming after you. We're going to have 94 great U.S. attorneys around this country, and everyone will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Thank you.
Thank you, President. It's at your directive.
So I like when Trump, and I've watched him for years, I like when Trump subtly tells you to get to work. And that's what he did, in my opinion, to Pam Bondi yesterday. Fraud task force, okay? Maybe it's an open, active investigation, but I want to see the Biden family. Yep. I want to see the Biden family, Adam Schiff, all right, Cassidy Hutchinson, Liz Cheney. I got a list a mile long. All right. Violent crime, drug dealers, get out of here. Now, I wonder, I didn't go last night, but I wonder how many Fox News appearances she made to say that. So what about you? Now, you may consider this me being a little too nice in this situation. I'm going to give her 45 more days for something to break. 45. That's it. I need something. So, Elon Musk is at the table. Donald Trump. You know who Donald Trump likes? He likes little Marco. I don't know. I just pick up that vibe. He likes Marco Rubio. He really does. I think he really likes Marco Rubio. I will come back. We'll talk about the Signal Group, but that is a cabinet report, something America has not seen in years. A cabinet report, Donald Trump making them talk to the American people, give a report. What have you been doing? This is great. This is great transparency, and you won't get it anywhere else in the media. And I am so glad to bring it here today. Elon Musk, Donald Trump's appreciation, everybody. I didn't see Marco Rubio get mad at Elon Musk. Didn't see it. Remember that one they tried? Well, Marco Rubio, remember we'll get rid of him because there's a behind closed doors cabinet meeting and there was shouting and screaming. Remember that? Elon says Donald Trump was right about everything. He wore his hat, gave his report, has a name card in front of him at the table. Just saying. You know, the only thing I was missing, I wanted to see little X jump up and run down the center of that table. All right, when we come back, the Signal Group, where the media has lost their mind. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Okay, we are back. Oh, by the way, Diane. Diane says she's going to change her name. I'm going to change my name. All right. I'm at Studio B. this week. I didn't say that today. Studio B.
I think
I'm
you
your
have.
host, BK. Are you correcting me? Is
think
that what's
so.
happening? Are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Diane.
What were you going to ask me?
Just for that, I'm going to call 4 pictures out of sequence. Just for that. I don't know. I was going to ask you
all morning
something.
long.
I don't know. All right, so you get 15 seconds. You could push it to 20. And now if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can save this for later. You could save your play card for later. What do you think? Elon Musk is at the table. Is this a done deal? Quit saying it. No matter who it is out there, whether it's Bannon or anybody, it's done. I mean, is this baked in the cake? The guy's there. What say you?
Well, I think that he's proven that he's there to advance Trump's policies and agenda and getting rid of all the craziness that the Biden administration and previous administrations have put into the bureaucracy and cutting it down. I think it's essential in draining the swamp for sure.
Look, I agree. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, I get messages, I get articles, the truth of why Elon is there. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, he is there. End of story. And it's baked in the cake. And go ahead.
I think a while back you made a good point in saying that, if the U.S. went bankrupt, all these billionaires, the ones that are in Trump's cabinet, Elon, Trump, they're going to lose all their money. All their money's based on the U.S. dollar. So if the U.S. dollar goes down, then their worth goes down. So they don't want that to happen. They don't want to lose what they've built and what they have. So they're doing it maybe a little bit to save their own butts, but and saving their own butts, they're helping the American people and getting the value of the dollar back. So I think that's really the motive. The motivation is to build up the U.S. dollar so that, the whole country as a whole prospers and not just them.
The day the interest on the debt tips the scale, I hate to make comments like game over, and that will be that will be a difficult time for Americans. And I don't think when I say everyday Americans, just good old Americans going back and forth to work, trying to raise their family and not cause any problem and get in any trouble and love their country. I don't know that they realize what they're going to be hurled into if the interest on the debt tips the scale and it becomes game over. Elon has made the comment several times that this is not a choice. I mean, and many of the cabinet members have said this is not a choice. This is not a choice. All right, moving along. So at 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour. And you don't want to miss the Georgia Hour. We have a lot going on in the state of Georgia that is taking place. That's at 10 o'clock. Now, Social Security, we talked about that in the opening, right? And they will not share anything on a have to. We have to touch. We did that in the opening. We have to touch Social Security, right? We have no choice. And we have fraud, waste, and abuse. We'll say that, most of it being fraud. But we have fraud, waste, and abuse. It's enormous. We do not need 19 phone centers. We do not need 19 phone centers. I remember I was in a situation where I had 5 locations, and a company came in and sit down with me, and that's why we need to privatize, not privatize Social Security, but go back to a privatized economy and operate in an efficient way. And this company sat down with me and said, you have 5 locations. What you need is one central person. You don't need 5 people answering the phone at those locations. You need one person to answer the phone, say, thank you for calling today. How may I help you? I want to speak to so-and-so. Okay, you look down, they're in this office. You transfer to that office. All 5 locations, all across the United States. It happens every day. Most of the time when you call somewhere, okay, in the private world, when you call somewhere and you place a call, you don't realize, you might think you're calling a location near you, but you're not. That phone system now, the computerized phone system, can pick up where you're calling from. When they pick up the phone, they can thank you for calling. I need to talk to your repair department or your parts department in Kalamazoo, Michigan. No problem. Boom. Pick up the phone. How can I help you? There is efficient ways to do things. And that's what Kennedy's talking about. That's what Doge is about. When you hear the fear of, you know what, they're going to close 18 Social Security service centers. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about that. So number 12, let's go with the Social Security cuts that's not happening, but let's go with video 12 for a minute.
She's making these cuts, but you've done so with a specific focus on the Social Security Administration. How might that situation go from tough for some people to deal with to now harder because of the Doge cuts?
Yeah, good morning, Allie. I think this is a really interesting area to focus on because the Social Security Administration has seen a number of job cuts. They're reducing their workforce by about 7,000 people. They're going to be closing a lot of field offices around the country. And the question is, do these cuts through Doge start impacting Americans, in their ability to receive a Social Security check every month? We're going to see later today the nominee to lead the agency, Frank Bisignano, appear before the Senate Finance Committee. He's going to get a lot of questions from Democrats on that committee who are very concerned that all of this is really a prelude to try to privatize Social Security in a year or two. That if they can set it up to fail internally, then there will be this need to, quote unquote, fix it by privatizing it.
Now, if they could set it up to fail, everything about that is wrong. If they could set it up to fail, let me just tell you this. I will touch the third rail. Social Security has failed, okay? If you took your children this morning to a daycare and drop them off while in daycare for that child, Social Security has failed, okay? There has to be something, if you want something else in place for that child you dropped off at daycare. If you got in the parent drop-off line this morning and you dropped off your 3rd grader at school somewhere, that kid, as they were walking into that school, that kid's Social Security has failed in America, period. And if you want a Social Security system, you have to figure out something, all right? And no one wants to talk about the truth. They want to come up and lie. And they say, this is what they're saying, is that we're setting Social Security up for failure. One, we got to find all the fraud. Now, when you get all these numbers in Social Security and they're active, all right? Now, what they will tell you, we won't take a lot of time on this. What they will tell you is that when that Social Security number is active, well, they're not receiving a check. They're not receiving a check. Okay. If they are marked active in Social Security, let me put it in a context that you may understand as maybe as bad as that sounded. If you have voter rolls and a voter is active, that means someone could push a button and vote for, that's an active voter. Somehow they may be able to vote. Now let's go back to an active Social Security number. That active number could be used for an enormous amount of different level of fraud. It's that simple. It doesn't particularly mean they have to be getting that SS check every month in a bank account. It can be used for filing different fraudulent documents. Maybe that's how the 9-month-old got a loan. You do realize the 9-month-old could not get a loan without a Social Security number. Interesting. An 11-year-old got a loan at the SBA. The 11-year-old had an active Social Security number. So we have no choice. Now, when they say they're going to close field offices, we don't need all these field offices across the United States for Social Security. We do not need them. All right. The day of, and I am tired of you disrespecting my mom. Right. I'm tired of it. Seniors, whatever you want to say, they know how to work their phones. Now, you may have people that need assistance. This is true. And we need to have a way to assist those people. But to sit here today and say a 62 or a 65-year-old does not know how to say Social Security, sign up for Social Security, quit disrespecting people. My mom can go on the internet and do about what she wants. Because I'll tell you what, I'd be damned if Amazon don't show up to this doorway about 3 times a day. So she's figured out how to hit Amazon. Right? So the point being is they're going to try to scare. Now what we need is Social Security checks to come in about 3 months in a row and things will settle down. But right now, everything is, they're trying to privatize Social Security. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. We do something about it, or your kids, there will be nothing left. And you know that too. Almost every American out there, okay? Almost every American out there understands that there's not enough going in to replenish the fund. And you know that. So, all right. Now, let's go to Ukraine. There's 3 things I want to do. I want to do the signal group. All right. I want to do the signal group, Ukraine, Russia. 1, give me number 1. The Wall Street Journal, dealing with Social Security is heading from bad to worse. So we'll get to the signal group. Give me number 5. Now, Russia and the negotiations, as they call them. So this is Russian control of Ukraine. This is the map. Claimed Ukrainian-controlled offensive. Ukraine claims they have this area in Russia. Russian-controlled area is in the red. Okay. The striped red is also Russian-controlled area. And the yellow, bright yellow, is annexed by Russia in 2014. That's, you can't see that right now, but that's 2014, the hard yellow that they say they annexed. Now, Russia won this war. You may not believe that. You may believe that Ukraine held their ground and pushed Russia back, but Russia has won this war. There is no negotiating. So let me give you the right here. We'll talk about the judge in a minute. Give me video 9. Listen to this, and we're going to break this down. Video 9.
The Ukrainians and Russia agreed to talk about shipping and infrastructure, but after that, the differences appear at this point to be irreconcilable in that Russia is seeking that Ukraine no longer seek NATO membership, that they don't lose the territory that they have, that they so they're holding on to a lot of the things that they sought in 2021. And meanwhile, Ukraine is saying we can't agree to any of that. We're not going to give up territory, and we need security guarantees. And so we're at this impasse where the Russians appear to be willing to talk, but not negotiate, because they haven't made any major concessions in some ways since 2021, from before the invasion.
But it strikes me that when you
Russians are willing to talk, but not negotiate. They don't have to. There's no negotiation here. Okay? Well, Ukraine, no NATO, and we're taking the territory we want. And America, you're not putting any troops in there. No, you're not putting troops, period. You're not putting weapons. You're not putting nuclear warheads in Ukraine. You're going to, we won, so we want a new government installed, just like you, like Iraq or wherever you go, America. You know, America, how wherever you go, you decide you want to install a new government. Well, that's what we're doing here. No more Zelensky, no more parliament, dissolve it. Let the people of Ukraine put some people in there that want to be neighbors. All right. You know, I'm not buying into Russian propaganda because they keep saying these are the same things in 2021. No SHI asterisk. Russia told you in 2021, Joe Biden, you're not coming across and putting NATO troops, weapons into Ukraine. You're not doing it. And these regions, we will let them vote to come back into where Russia says they belong, point of opinion, or we're going to take them. So what are you going to do? Biden? All right. Ukraine says, no, we're not giving up any territory. We need security agreements. Russia said, no, it's not going to happen. All right. Number 6, U.S.-Russia wrap-up talks on proposal for a Black Sea ceasefire. Right? Let's stop with the whole thing. The Black Sea. All right. And then let's see what else I have here. We're going to get into the signal group. Now you have also number 22, Lenshenko. We have the map. I have it on my other computer back in Studio A. That's number 22, Lenshenko. What has he been there? 31 years in Belarus? Sworn in for the 17th term. 17th term as president. It's very rigged, or they really like him. Something's going on there. Very Russian-friendly neighbor, welcoming Russian nukes, training Belarus. Pay attention. Number 23, Ukraine, another meeting with U.S. team planned in Riyadh. Now, we are meeting with the Russians. We're meeting with the Russians. And then we tell Ukraine what the Russians said. There's no negotiation. So Russia said, you know what, we will tell you what we'll do. We'll take the region. We'll put a Russian-friendly leader in there that wants to be next to Russia. A Russian-friendly parliament. No NATO, no troops on the ground. Let's go back. Okay? Now, in that Ukrainian government, you can make you a little mineral deal. Good for you, good for us. We won. So, all right, it's 9:30. We want to get to the Georgia Hour. We are going to do the Signal Group and what happened with the judge yesterday concerning deporting criminals to El Salvador. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. In 20 minutes, we will switch over to the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. I don't want to do the Georgia Hour today, Diane. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, but I don't want to. People think that I find joy in, it's exhausting. I'm going to be straight. It's exhausting to discuss corruption on a daily basis. And people think, well, that's what I want to come here and I want to do. And that's not it. I would rather, the cabinet meeting was probably my favorite segment of the day, because I think we could be headed in the right direction, and I know it's going to take a lot of time. But no, we got to deal with the lying people about Social Security, and then we got to deal with the corruption in Georgia. All right, so folks, first of all, the judge, all right, and it was they are angry. The executive committee, now I'm going to tell you this, and let me put it out here, okay? So we sent a plane load to, there you go, to number 8, Venezuela, right? And we've got this judge. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. And we have this judge, James Boasberg. Is that his name? But here you go. Here, Nazis were treated better than Venezuelans deported by Trump, judge says at a hearing. Yes, Nazis were treated better. Like, what? So they won't stop about the Illegal Aliens Act, right? And here's the 3-court panel, number 9, D.C. Court of Appeals hearing, all right? And 1 judge is appointed by Donald Trump. 1, Henderson Walker, is appointed by Donald Trump. Henderson is George W. Bush. And Judge Patricia Millett is Barack Obama's appointment. Now, when you appeal the first level, you go to a panel of 3. Your appeals goes to, before it goes to the complete appeals court, it first goes to a panel. And in this panel of 3 yesterday, Judge Patricia, is it Millett? She is the one that says, Nazis were treated better. and had process. They went this far. Give me video 8.
Is whether the implementation of this proclamation without any process to determine whether people qualify under it. I mean, if the government says we don't have to give process for that, then y'all could have put me up on Saturday and thrown me on a plane, thinking I'm a member of Nicaragua and giving me no chance to protest it and say somehow it's a violation of presidential war powers for me to say, excuse me, no, I'm not. I'd like a hearing.
Give me number 92. Now, if she's walking down the street, now somebody's going to say, wow, are you racial profiling? Are you profiling? Right? No, wait, don't take that off yet. Get 92 ready. So she's walking down the street. First of all, I don't see her just walking down the street. Number one, I see her probably getting out of her Mercedes, BMW, maybe something electric in the electric line, maybe something in a garage for a shopping center or something, or a fine dining establishment on a certain side of town. I don't know. I don't see identifying tattoos. I don't see any tear marks, swastikas, anything. I don't see neck. Now I'm not judging. I don't see, but she's concerned that she could have been picked up and accused of being a member, and boom, she could have been gone. Give me number 92. Let's remind you, first of all, Laken Riley's murderer from Venezuela. Donald Trump, let's not gloss over. Remember during the election when Donald Trump kept saying, they're emptying the jails. They're emptying their jails. That would make the deep state corporate media so mad. They're emptying their jails and sending them to us. He told you the truth. Now the judges are mad. Now this guy here was picked up, high-ranking member of the Venezuelan street gang, Trey Diagua, right, was arrested in Cobb County. Rodrigo Gonzalez was arrested for kidnapping and murder. Folks, I'm an American citizen. I'm a naturalized, born American citizen. I guess I believe in due process. I really believe in due process. So, but I have to say, if these are gang members and they're the dangerous ones in our cities, put them on a plane and get them the hell out of here. So that being said, now give me video 7. Now we told the judge yesterday, you can keep asking. You can keep asking anything you want. Video 7.
The Trump administration is invoking what's called state secrets privilege and refusing to provide any more information to the judge overseeing the Alien Enemies Act deportations case. U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg had given the government until today to provide more information on deportation flights that could have violated his court order from last week. Instead, the Department of Justice has filed documents that read in part, further intrusions on the executive branch would present dangerous and wholly unwarranted separation of powers harms with respect to diplomatic and national security concerns that the court lacks competence to address.
Number 90. All right. So, what is it called there? The notice invoking state secrets privilege. You can keep going on and on, Judge. We're not bringing back anything else. Okay. You can just get mad all day long. Now, I will say this. keep an eye on this. If for some reason, Democrats take control of the House in 2 years, just saying. Presidency in 2028, just saying. If we head in the wrong direction, there's a strong possibility that this comes back up. They're working these flights, timeline, who was involved, who said what. They are putting together impeachable offenses according to them. Watch and see. Put this in the back. Now, did we leak a war plan? So I'm going to go through the media's obsession. Number 2, the Signal Group. And I'll break this down in a minute. Number 2, Trump's officials shared military plans on private app 10 years after uproar over Hillary Clinton's private server. So it's get even morning. All right. And here you go. CNN, number 10. War plans mistakenly sent to a reporter. So CNN reports, this is Anderson, gay. Is he a gay farmer? Is he a queer farmer? Well, I just didn't know. J.D. Vance, Michael Waltz, Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio. Here is what he's reporting last night. Here's number 11, war plans, Pete Hegseth. I fully share your loathing of European freeloading. It's pathetic. All right. Now, these things get leaked out. I'm going to explain something in a minute. All right. Number 12, these people hate America. They hate America. Number 12, Federal Appeals Court. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. I'm sorry. Number 13, Trump officials discussed war plans on commercial app. Pete Hegg said, if you think we should do it, let's go. I just hate bailing Europe out again. All right. Here's number 14, their little graphic they put up. Yemen strike plan leaked by Defense Secretary. Information on targets, U.S. weapons deployment, the time of attack sequence. Now, CNN comes back. Here you go this morning. They enhance it a little bit. That's at 5 a.m., number 15. You can see the ones on the Signal chat. Now, we'll stop there for just a minute. The Signal chat, and I should probably bring up Signal, but I'm not. It's a communication platform. But Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. So he is added here. Now, I'm going to get into this in just a minute. So here you go, number 16. John Ratcliffe, a good start. Good job, Pete, and your team. Number 17, The Atlantic, the Trump administration accidentally texted me its war plans. Now, the headline's deceiving. We'll get to that in a minute. Number 20, MSNBC, precautions for sharing classified information, right? And here you go, another one from CNN, number 25, and here's MSNBC. Now today, Trump officials testifying before Senate Intelligence Committee. So I don't believe in a coincidence. I do not. I don't believe in a coincidence. Tulsi Gabbard, Ratcliffe Patel, and Timothy Yu, and Jeffrey Hughes. Is that what it is? Anyhow, DIA director and NSA director. They are going to give testimony before Congress today. I think the Senate committee. On this day, they're scheduled. Yesterday, this breaks. Now, number 27, I'm going to ask all these questions. Here's the Senate Intelligence Committee they're going before today. Now, they will get a lot of sound bites today. All right? I'm going to set this up for you. Tom Cotton, Collins, Cornyn, Langford, Rounds, Young. Let's see here. Warner will go for some major sound bites today. Bennett will go for major sound bites. Gillibrand and Mark Kelly. I wonder if John Ossoff, that just kicked off his campaign in Atlanta this past weekend with a rally, John Ossoff for Senate. How long was this signal group out there? How long was Goldberg or whatever? How long was he on the signal group? When did he become aware, hey, I'm a member of a signal group I shouldn't be on, right? But today, right before this committee hearing, John Ossoff on there in Georgia, I'm just saying, no coincidence. Now, let's keep going. Number 28, number 29 is the answer. Here's the reported account. Now, here is what they finalize as who's on the account, number 30. And I'm going to stop there for a minute. On this Signal account, it looks to be proposed accounts on Signal group chat. Looks like J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent, Michael Waltz, John Ratcliffe, Tulsi Gabbard, Steve Wickoff, Susie Wiles, Stephen Miller, and Brad McCormick. They are on this Signal group. Hold on, I want that one in a minute. So, number 36, if Pete Hegseth had any honor, he would resign. Number 37, Trump officials shared war plans. All right. Now, and then go to 41, Operation Overshare. New York Post. Don't forget Rupert Murdoch. Now, here's how Signal works before I do a couple videos. You create a group and you invite people. So, I listened for 2 hours. We're not going to play everything today. You invite people. You create a Signal group. I have it here. And you invite. You go and find people and hit an invite. When you hit an invite, everyone in the group that's already there can see a person is invited. So if you go to a Signal group, and I'll do it here just for the giggles, all right? We go to a Signal group, all right, boom, boom, boom. And here's Signal. You can't see it, but there they are, all the groups I'm in. And if I go to a group, I'll push a group, right? There you go. And I would be able to see at the top that someone was invited to the group. Everyone. Then you can see the administrator, because you have an administrator. Whoever started the group is the administrator. Then you would be able to see the administrator accepted the invite. Or the individual, I'm sorry, the administrator, accepted when someone accepts the invite. So Goldberg, let's go to 35. Let me get this correct. So you're in a Signal group, you are the administrator. I cannot send you an invite to the group. Only the administrator can, right? So someone sent him an invite. Got it? And that person shows up. And then he has to accept the invite. Now, when he gets invited to the group, A, who invited him? When did exactly he go in? And 2, you can push on a button at any time and see everyone in the group. You can push and say, look at the group. You can see everyone. You know who's in your group. Who invited him? Why did he accept the invitation? So he gets this, whether it's an accident or not. Why does this guy that hates America, why does he accept? Because you can see Jeffrey Goldberg accepted the invite. He's in the group. That'll come up. Next time you go in that group, you'll see it. Now, how long did he stay? Why did he stay? Did he ever comment in the group? Why did he hide behind the scenes? Now, if you never comment in the group, you can be going and not realize someone's in there. Once the invitation's accepted, boom, you can go check. But if you're in there talking in a group and someone's hiding in the shadows, you could very well talk without knowing someone's in there. So my question is, and we'll go back here, all right? My question is, give me number 27. Who added this guy into the group? Who added him in? Now, Diane, we're going to run through some things very quickly, okay? No, not that one. I'm sorry. My mistake, Diane. Give me 30. I'm sorry. That's the State Intelligence Committee. This is the Signal Group. Who invited this man into the group? Who invited him? And when he accepted, how come someone didn't say, whoa, wait a minute? And second, how long was he behind the shadows? We need an investigation into. Donald Trump needs to look at this. Video 1. And I'm going to stop you. This has 3 parts. Video 1, CNN.
Nobody was texting war plans.
That's a lie. He was texting war plans. He was texting attack plans.
This is genuinely shocking. They sent war plans to the wrong guy.
We've been invited, and they really like.
Video 2, CNN. Texting war plans. Video 2.
That Hegseth is lying.
He was texting war plans. He was texting attack plans. When targets were going to be targeted, how they were going to be targeted, who was at the targets, when the next sequence of attacks were happening. I didn't publish this, and I continue not to publish it because it felt like it was too confidential, too technical, and I worry, honestly, that sharing that kind of information in public could endanger American military personnel. But no, they were plans for the attack.
Why did you stay in there? And how did these messages get out into the media? Why would you do that? Why would you sit back knowing you should not be in this group and do this? Why would these get released? Right? And you want to come on like you did the right thing. Video 3.
Administration officials, including the vice president, who raised questions about the attack in Yemen, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, the CIA director, the director of national intelligence. Tuesday on Capitol Hill, senators will be questioning the CIA director and the DNI director, asking them about this and other worldwide threats. Now, there is no question this is one of the biggest security breaches we have seen, at least in modern technological times here. When the editor of The Atlantic was invited into this group chat, he removed himself from that and did not disclose the security information. Now, the White House has launched some attacks.
All right, so here's 2 things, okay? Obviously, they don't realize someone like myself is going to pick this story up. One of the biggest, this is one of the biggest, he knows that. So there's 2 things. Someone invited him, all right? Someone invited him, he accepted the invitation, and he left. Right? He left. Why did he accept the invitation? Why did he go in? Who's he working with behind the scenes to release this? All right? Now, if you're in a group and you go there this morning and you click on one, if somebody leaves the group, it says so-and-so left the group. All right? Now, video 4.
Skepticism, wondering if the unsolicited outreach was part of a disinformation campaign. Goldberg wrote that Hegseth, on Saturday, March 15th, texted the group the war plan 2 hours before the strikes, which included precise information about weapons packages, targets, and timing. Goldberg left the group after he concluded it was almost certainly real. He's a better man than I would have stayed. Privacy and tech experts say Signal's encrypted messaging is more secure than conventional texting, but it can still be hacked, and it's not cleared for classified information sharing. Several Defense Department officials told the New York Times they were shocked Hegseth had put American war plans into commercial chat groups. They said having this type of conversation in a Signal chat itself could be a violation of the Espionage Act, a law covering the handling of sensitive information.
He's a better man than me. He left the group. I would have stayed. He left the group. No, he's not a better man. He is. I mean, why do these people hate America? This is all a setup, all right? This is a total setup. We'll get into that in a minute. But it's Get Even Day, right? This is what you're going to hear all day long. Video 6.
From President Trump or even Waltz on what happened and you know, what's going on in terms of how the country is conversing on national security plans.
There is such a deep irony here, and I wonder if you're hearing it when you talk with your sources in the White House about the fact that almost every single person who's on the screen right now, from J.D. Vance to Marco Rubio to Pete Hegseth, had a lot to say when it was Hillary Clinton during the 2016 election. The emails and the private server, we know what was on the private server at this point, but is there anyone who's speaking to the irony here? The fact that they had a lot to say about the cavalier nature of information being kept, and yet they themselves are on a Signal chat?
That was the first thing that popped into my mind was what happened to former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. I think we all knew that was a very publicized issue over the emails and the private server. And to sort of see, you know, a different form of what happened back then to now is really eye-opening. And obviously, you know, Republicans are they're running Washington essentially. So it'll be really interesting to see how they, you know, react to what we are seeing from this story and over this Signal chain. So it's pretty eye-opening, and I think, you know, it's things will start, I think, rolling out, you know, days, weeks on what the response is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I love young people. I really do. I love young people. But she just got her braces off yesterday. And she wants me to believe the first thing that popped into her mind, I think the first thing that popped into her mind, if it is Hillary Clinton's server, she had to push the Taylor Swift thoughts out of her mind to get that in there. Right? Oh my God, we're vindicating Hillary Clinton now. Vindicating Hillary Day. All right, last one, Speaker Johnson, video 11.
Democratic lawmakers or Democratic administration officials passing around classified information on secure channels.
So I haven't been watching the news all day because I'm working, but I'm told the administration acknowledged an error, and they're trying to determine how another telephone number got included in that, and they'll figure it out and they'll improve the process.
How another telephone number got included in that and going through the process. All right. So who let him in? I like this Elon Musk. I like this one here, Diane. I really enjoyed this one. Give me to Elon Musk. I had it here. Won't take but a second. If I can't find it, we'll move on. All right, I guess we'll just, we had it here. All right, we're going to move on because I can't find it. But there you go, the Signal Group. We're going to return in about 5 minutes with the Georgia Hour. We have a lot today. Call your friends, call your neighbors, call Sea to Shining Sea, the Georgia Hour when we return.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour, where we spend 1 hour talking about Georgia legislation, things happening around the state of Georgia, all politics for an hour. Breaking news, Diane. Diane's like, no, do not break this. I'm not saying we're doing this immediately, but we're going into an election season. This could turn into the Georgia 2 hour, hour plus hour or something, because we're not getting enough time. All right, anyhow, so that being said, welcome to the Georgia Hour with BKP and Diane as we bring you politics in Georgia every day, Monday through Friday on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, Diane, before we get into the corruption side, you know, I'm thinking, like, what part is not the corruption side? I just sent you a picture, 106. I didn't tell you it was coming, but if you could find 106 in your inbox and put it up, I would appreciate it. Now, today, while Diane's doing that, SB 214, for all of those out there interested in election security, today at the Georgia State Capitol, room 307, okay, at 1 p.m., there will be a committee hearing concerning SB 214. Now, SB 214, there's several things that are going to be discussed in this general bill that was probably released this morning out there. And we've got the removing Georgia from the ERIC system, okay? And that's what I sent over when she gets an opportunity there. The ERIC system, voter registration, that's in 214. 214 will also discuss today in the committee changing, updating, advancing the authority of the Georgia State Election Board. That is also a general there in that bill. And then we had SB 303. Remember, SB 303 did not make crossover. It did not even get a committee hearing. It was introduced very late. It pertains to paper ballots, okay? Pertains to paper ballots. Now, so as I've told you, this is day 6. There's 6 days left. 6 left in the Georgia legislative session. And in those 6 days, there's committee hearings and there's bills. And I'm telling you right now, between now and the end of next week, sine die. That's the last day of the Georgia legislative session. It has to, by the Georgia Constitution, it has to end on that 40th day at midnight. The Georgia Constitution says it has to end at midnight. If it goes after midnight, they actually have to consider it a special session. This is true. So everything has to be done. They will gavel it out at 11:59. Mr. Speaker, the confetti will go in the air, and they will once again do more damage to the good people of Georgia. Anyhow, moving right along. So now SB 303 is getting pushed into SB 214. So paper ballots, paper ballots, the State Election Board, sorry about that, I got a little frozen there, State Election Board, and ERIC. Now, ERIC is the Electronic Registration Information Center. And I don't have the background, but what is there, like 21 states? There's 21 states in ERIC. Now, Florida, West Virginia, there's several states that have pulled out of ERIC, all right? ERIC's mission is to help states improve accuracy of American voter rolls increase access to voter registration for all eligible citizens, reduce election costs, and increase efficiencies in elections. Bull. We'll leave it there. Okay? So, you out there, your state representatives, your senators, your lieutenant governor, the leadership, the governor, it doesn't matter. You have done an amazing job. Many of you, I don't want to get into names, have worked really hard saying we got to clean up our voter rolls. And one of the major things we have to do is get out of Eric. Now, I want to give a shout out to Towns County GOP, this little county in North Georgia that I remember when Robert introduced the resolution in the 9th District 2 years ago, the research that their team in Towns County did and put forth on Eric was just amazing. So give a shout out to them. Sorry, can't go all around the state. So this year, we decided, and lawmakers said, we're going to get out of Eric. We want out of Eric, Secretary of State. So everybody's hyped up that this bill will get us out of the Electronic Registration Information Center, Eric. But wait a minute, not so fast, Secretary of State says. All right. These people are so corrupt. Now, here's Gabriel Sterling. We all know Gabriel Sterling across America, 105. Gabriel comes out and says, not so fast. Hang on there, Baba Louie. We've got something up our sleeve. Now, Gabriel Sterling is the chief operating officer or whatever at Secretary of State's office. When Brad's not available, wow. Despite inaccuracies, criticism from the left and right, we at the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger's office, continue to deliberate steady work of keeping Georgia's voter rolls the cleanest in the nation. Now, wait a minute. It isn't sexy, but it is vital for our elections. Sweeping cancellation of 455 voter registrations planned in Georgia. Today? Of all days? Right before 1 o'clock? You drop this? Boom? Right? So, as usual, the Republicans, Brad Raffensperger's in the Republican Party, you know what happened when I tried to remove him. All right? 100. Georgia is planning one of the biggest cancellations of voter registrations in U.S. history. Well, this sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, it does. To the first headline, bold headline. I mean, you got to like this, right? Wow, awesome. But wait a minute. On this day, when voter registration and voter files, and voter rolls will be discussed at 1. Timing. Voters wait in line to cast their ballots. That's in the picture, right? Election officials credit multi-state partnership for finding voters who moved. Just in time. Mark Nisi. Oh, yeah, of all people, the AJC. Call in Mark. So, interesting. Mark Nisi, Georgia, this is number 101, Diane, 101. Georgia election officials plan to cancel about 455,000 inactive voter registrations this summer, one of the largest registration removals in U.S. history. Now, we have reports where inactive voters were made active, voted, and then turned back inactive. Just saying. We've heard little stories like that, right? More than half the registrations scheduled for cancellation were identified by a 24-state organization called ERIC. Is that the same ERIC that we're getting rid of? Which reports when a voter has moved and is no longer eligible to vote in Georgia. Number 102. The mass cancellation by the Georgia Secretary of State's office arrives as conservative critics of the state's voter registration list allege it's inaccurate and vulnerable to voter fraud. Me again. They say Eric hasn't been effective in finding outdated registrations among the state's 8.3 million registered voters. State Election Director Blake Evans said the size of this year's registration removal process shows that Eric, the Electronic Registration Information Center, works. Well, I'll be damned. Martha, get in here. Did you hear what he said? It works. And we've been complaining all these years. I should never do stuff like that, right? I shouldn't. We want to do everything we can within the law to have the cleanest voter list possible, Evans said. Eric is the best tool out there right now that gives us valuable information you can't get anywhere else. Anywhere else. Big word. You get Eric out, you can't get this anywhere else. Yeah. I mean, I have to tell you the level. Now, on today, 103 of the 455,000 registrations targeted to be removed, most belong to people who appear to have moved either by filling out a change of address form, registered to vote in another state, or gathering driver's license in another, or getting a driver's license in another state. Eric identifies 255,000 of those registrations for Georgia election offices. So this comes this morning, 106, as SB 214 is going to remove the state of Georgia from the ERIC system. Now, I've sent messages. You send messages, okay? I actually have to tell you, I don't know who's on this committee today. I don't know who's in SB room 303 at 1 p.m. I do not know who is on this committee today. Don't know, all right? But I will tell you this. You need to let every state senator, you need to let the leadership, Steve Gooch, Kennedy, Burt Jones, you need to let John Burns, your House member, whatever, your state senator, know that you're not falling for an AJC, a Democrat set up AJC article set up on the day of. If this works so well, and if it cleans up the rolls so well, we have been in this for years. Why are we doing the largest purge, or reported the largest purge of voter registrations the day of it's announced that SB 214 is going to be discussed, and that involves removing us from the ERIC system? We're not falling for it, folks. We're not falling for it, Gabriel Sterling, and we're not falling for it, Brad Raffensperger. And you need to tell your lawmaker out there, senator, House member, leadership, regardless, we're not falling for it. We want out of ERIC. Now, that moving on, let's go to right here. Give me 99. I want to play this, Diane. And this is Representative Gabriel Sanchez. All right. HB 268 does nothing to stop school shootings. Have you listened to him here? As always, this show is about you agree or disagree. But HB 268, Diane, check me out here. I got a million things swirling around. This is the one that we are trying to get rid of, correct? 268?
Yes, it is.
HB 268 does nothing to stop school shootings. It only preemptively criminalizes our most marginalized students. All right. If you have a student that has a little trouble in their teenage years, Oh, back to me. Okay. May get in a scuffle or two. And I'm just saying. I oppose HB 268 because we need legislation that truly helps students, not hurt them. Can you roll the tape? It's a couple minutes, but I want to hear what he has to say yesterday, and I want to play it for you. It is video 27.
I stand here today to oppose House Bill 268, not because I don't support the intent of helping our students and keeping them safe. It's because I want to keep our kids safe that I am opposing this bill. As of one of only 2 Gen Z legislators here, and as someone who was in high school in the last decade, I have experienced what it's like to go to school in the modern environment of mass shootings and the fears and anxieties that comes with. There are many things to speak up on this bill, including some things that in isolation I would support. But of the over 60 pages, there isn't nearly enough on mental health, and there's too much on surveillance, overcriminalization, and the invasion of privacy of our students and their families. Testimony was heard in committee from multiple parents who are afraid of what this bill could do to their children. Parents whose children have already had to face racial discrimination in our schools. Some students have been labeled terrorists and barred for participating in student elections simply because a principal did not understand a movie reference. Another student was simply discussing guns and had to be suspended for 3 days to appease racial animosity from other parents. This bill will exacerbate cases like this, where ignorance, misunderstandings, and straight-up prejudice cause students to be punished for doing nothing wrong. This bill requires records of disciplinary actions to follow students wherever they go, even if they're not criminal actions. It also makes it much easier for law enforcement and the government to have access to these records and undermine parents' rights to deny such requests, even despite some of the amendments made. As the Intercultural Development Research Association has noted, discipline is very often conflated with security. The records being referenced in this bill are discipline records, not security risk records. And they are using these discipline records to label children as threats. We're talking about children as threats. IDRA states that the existing disparities in school discipline processes and systems across the state mean that right now black children are 3 times more likely than their white peers to be disciplined in Georgia public schools, even though black students are not more likely to misbehave. Additionally, students with disabilities are 1.5 times more likely to be punished. We cannot allow these unjust disparities to turn into a permanent setback for students through the system this bill is trying to create. And if I may, I'd like to share a personal story about my time in school. In 2008, the recession made my family lose everything, and we had to move to a completely different community and shove ourselves into a small apartment with a family of 5. It was a hard year for us and for me, and in that year, I got into 3 fights at the new school that I was in, and I got written up for them. Mind you, I was a straight A student, and a year later I was in student government. But what would have happened if this bill was enacted then? How would that have impacted how my teachers viewed me, or the opportunities that I would have received? Between 4th and 10th grade, I went to 6 different schools. And if this bill was enacted then, that record would have followed me through those schools. Why are we essentially creating a criminal record for students? You know what that would do to students who are struggling to better themselves? Multiple studies have demonstrated the bias that happens from educators. And they showed that educators that perceive students as lower performing treat those students differently than they do students who they perceive to be higher performing, to the detriment of those lower performing students. So what do you think this bill will do if you see a student who has essentially a criminal record attached to them through this S3 database? What do you think will happen to students who have one bad day follow them for the rest of their educational life? We should not punish children who haven't even committed a crime. This will disproportionately impact students from working families who are struggling to get by, single parents who have to work and can't be as involved in their children's education, or both parents who work to make ends meet. And as referenced earlier, black and brown students are traditionally over-policed and marginalized and will disproportionately be impacted by this legislation. This bill unnecessarily punishes students who are just trying to do better and makes it even harder for those who are behind to get ahead. And it also does not do nearly enough to stop school shootings. I would speak in support of this bill if it significantly expanded access to mental health professionals in our schools, if it looked at students as human beings that they are, instead of trying to criminalize them for things they might or might not do in the future. I would support this bill if it gave parents the ability and the tools to be more involved in their children's lives, if teachers were given more resources in tackling the mental health crisis, if they were paid more for that work, if this bill was investing in programs to help kids, to help parents, to help schools, to help our communities. I would fully support this legislation. But this bill does not do nearly enough of this. Instead of helping our students, it hurts them. It criminalizes them. It polices them. It curtails their civil rights. Their rights to a safe school environment and their rights to privacy. It also certainly ignores a central issue behind the Appalachian school shooting, which is guns. I was 2 years old when the mass shooting at Columbine High School happened. I was also 2 years old when a month later, the Heritage High School shooting happened in Georgia.
All right. So, not to cut that young man off, there are things, and I wanted to let it go for a reason. There are things you agree with this young man, this legislator in Georgia. There's things you disagree with what he said. But if you put it all together, there's a whole lot of truth in what this man said. Now, there's things I disagree. We could break the video down piece by piece and say, I don't think I'm going to go there or whatever. But this bill is not about school safety, okay? HB 268 does nothing to stop school shootings, and it's not about school safety, all right? And you do not want, now I'll say this and we'll go to break and come back. You do not want a bill that puts children that have, let me just say this, okay? Teachers, we love our teachers, so let's not have a teacher moment. When you get your list of students in a class for the upcoming year, years ago you got the students and you heard rumor this one was a little trouble or something like that. Now you have digital Oppo research on kids. Now, look, in some ways, you want to know who's in the classroom. In some ways, you might want to know what you could expect. But you go into a school year already identifying trouble, or you have that Oppo research. These are kids. We got to look at what we have to switch and go the other direction to help our children, not criminalize them in the 6th grade and 7th grade and 8th grade, and give them a record that will follow them in a database. HB 268 needs to go, period. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. I received a phone call yesterday that said all pathways lead to Sally Grubs when we return.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. And every day you're watching the Georgia Hour, and every day we do 20, 25 minutes. We've done 45 minutes. Georgia politics. And currently in Georgia politics, we are waiting for the legislative session to end here in Georgia. You're watching Voice of Rural America, the Georgia Hour. And we're waiting for the legislative session to end in the next 5 days after today. And that's when all the political races will take off. Currently, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring up and highlight as much what I consider corruption. It is absolutely political corruption in the state of Georgia on the Georgia GOP, Inc. And the reason we're highlighting this is because if you out there can turn this around, if you can get this whole thing turned around and you can win out there and take down this corrupt network that we're going to show you all together, all right? As Trump says, it's very nice to say, what's he say? Waste and abuse. Is that what it is, Diane? But it's downright fraud. So I consider this corruption in a network. They are a network that's together. They're a club. If we could take this down, the next step will be that lawmakers in Georgia will recognize the new Georgia GOP. And I say new Georgia GOP because we will remove the ink. We'll reestablish the party paperwork properly with the Secretary of State. And we will then, as we together, we will become members, and it'll be operated different. And state legislators, right now, state legislators, everything in Georgia is narrowly focused at the top. Senators, Georgia state senators know that they have to narrow their focus to the lieutenant governor's office, not their constituents. Georgia's House of Representatives know that they have to narrow their focus to John Burns, the Speaker of the House. And all of them know they have to narrow their focus to the governor's office. Now, everyone in an elected position in Georgia, state house, state senate, even the sheriffs, county commissioners, whatever it may be, but all of them, including the executive branch, know that all they have to do is turn their focus to the chairman, currently the way it's established and written in the rules, to the chairman of the club of the Georgia GOP, Inc. And currently that's Josh McCoon. So this is the first wall we have to take down, very first wall. Now, we have, this past weekend, we have the, and we're going to work on it every day. So we will not get to everything today. And I just got your email. Thank you very much. But go ahead and put up right here, number 72. Now, if you're out there in America, we have a delegate system. Now, I don't know how your GOP works. I was talking to some other state GOPs in the last couple days. We have an interesting situation where we have county delegates, district delegates, and then state delegates. And we have an enormous amount of state delegates. The state delegates have the vote. If you meet the qualifications, you've been picked by your county and you were voted on in your county convention. So your county convention voted on their slate of delegates. Now they're sending those in. I think they have 5 days from Saturday being the conventions, but they're sending their slate of delegates to the district and the state in to be added together. So once you are a delegate voted in by your county, you now possess the right to vote in the elections at the state convention. Just explaining to you out there, if you're a delegate, You go, you register, you go on the floor, you got your pass, it says delegate. You can vote on resolutions, you can vote on the officers, you can make points of order, inquiries, ask questions. Now, we'll get into conventions and how they act later. So that being said, it's very important to me to respect the delegates because that is the first level of picking your officers. County, district, state, it's the delegates. Now, this is Cobb County, and this is Debbie Dooley, all right? Debbie Dooley and Sally Grubbs. So I showed you an email chain, a text chain yesterday. Give me 77 and then go back to that one. Because we must break this level of corruption. We must. So I received a phone call out of Cobb County yesterday that said they're thinking about it, but they could provide me text messages, emails, documentation on communication with the former chair of Cobb County GOP, Sally Grubbs, and how everything leads back to Sally Grubbs. Now, if you talk to Sally Grubbs, I identified her the other day. She's running for first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. We cannot let this happen. Now, there's 3 candidates. We'll go into that later. Alice Olenek and Lisa Pierce. Just doing this off the top of my head. Those will be your choices. Sally cannot be one of them. She is a candidate, but she can't be a choice. Because you can't trust Sally. Sneaking Sally through the alley. She's slippery. Sally Grubbs is the Georgia shit starter. Now, we're going to show you, because here's some of her shit. Debbie, that's Debbie Dooley. Now, Sally Grubbs will tell you, I don't really communicate. I mean, I don't go after people. I don't get involved in that. I don't tell Debbie what to do. Oh, you will hear that. And we have people out of Cobb in this last election cycle that I was on the phone 3 hours yesterday, phone calls. And I appreciate it because you opened up saying thank you. Because I'm just going to tell the truth. Now, I don't know Mary Clarice Hathaway. I do not know her. But what I do know is someone encouraged her to run for office. And I do know someone set up the character assassination of Sophia Fong. I know that. Now, I was told yesterday all arrows point back to Sally Grubbs coordinating and working with Debbie Dooley. That's what I was told. Sally will start, they're all going to lawyer up. They're going to tell me lawyer up, lawyer up. I'm just telling you, all right? Period. Now, let's go back to 77. Now, this is Debbie. This is when we had our national, and here's what I'm going to show you. These are bad people, all right? Now, we have a national committee man and committee woman race, the delegates. So Debbie's in there. I did this yesterday. Sally Grubbs is SG. CJ is Caroline Jeffords. Oh, yeah, they all get together. Now, I don't know if someone's paying Debbie. Got it? I don't know. I don't know if it's a prepaid master. I don't know. Now, if Debbie Dooley wants to go on any of the now, I can't invite her on this program for one reason. She blocked me on social media. You say one thing, you're blocked. Josh, you say one thing, you're blocked. Josh McCoon, say something, you're blocked. Candace Taylor, say something, you're blocked. Debbie Dooley, say something, you're blocked. Sally Grubbs, say something, you're blocked. They block you. All right? Now, over here, you can see the message line, right? Debbie Dooley and Sally Grubbs. Debbie Dooley. So over on the far right, this is the chain. Debbie Dooley, I'm not going to be attacking. She attacks people? Interesting. David Cross and his wife anymore, or Pritchard. I am just focusing on electing Trump and defending Josh. At what cost? Now, I want to know, do you get paid for what you do? I just want to know, okay? Does anyone pay you for what you do? I mean, do you get free teeth whitening? I mean, just say it. I am just focusing on electing Trump, defending Josh McCoon, Jason Thompson, and Ginger. But you all attack Jason Frazier, Caroline Jeffords, Debbie Dooley, not as much. I don't want to have any blah, 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 blah. Debbie Dooley, my focus will be defending Josh. So this is got Sally Grubbs is in this conversation, okay? Totally and completely in this conversation. She's aware. Anytime she tells you she's not aware of something happening. Now, the delegates went down there, number 81, and they elected this lady. And I told you yesterday, I'm not asking you if you like or dislike this person. I have never sat down and had a meal with this person. Never sit down, had a meal, had a sandwich. Never have. Now I'll look at the camera and tell you I've talked to Amy Kramer. I talked to most people across the state. There was a time if Candace Taylor would have called me, I talked to her. So yes, I've talked to Amy. This is the Republican National Georgia Chairwoman. The national chairwoman for the Georgia Republican Party to the RNC is Amy Kramer. The delegates voted her in. Josh McCoon, the chairman, the rest of the state never accepted her. They did not accept what the delegates said. Now, the reason I'm putting that up, I'm going to show you two things, and then we'll go back, all right? Now, number 84. Cobb County Republican Women's Lunch. GFRW President Pam Griffin, Lightsey, right? And Governor Brian Kemp were present. Ginger Howard was honored as she served as National Committee Woman of Georgia. Honored. There's Ginger on the end. And the governor. Where? Cobb County Republican Women's Lunch. Give me number 85. This is Cobb County, right? Cobb County Republican Women's Lunch. President Pam Griffin. There she is. That's the lady in the blonde hair. Standing right next to the governor. And Governor Brian Kemp were present. Ginger Howard was honored as she served as the National Committee woman in Georgia. Ginger Howard honored. And the governor there in Cobb County. Now, they have never accepted Amy Kramer, number 81. The delegates voted. When you walk out of the convention, if the delegates vote, that's what they vote. I'm just saying. So there you go. That's Cobb County. Now, number 69, we have Mr. Fong. Nobody asked, all right, nobody asked if Mr. Fong may be a very nice man. Nobody did background on him. Nobody did character assassination. Nobody looked to see how far back that maybe he was tied to the Chinese Communist Party. I don't know if he, in all due respect, if he is Chinese, all right? I don't know of any background. Mary Clarice Hathaway was brought in, and Sophia, again, Fong in the middle. They went after her religion. And I've told Sophia on the phone, we may look at some things different. I told her that. She may think I'm wrong. I may think she's wrong. And we have had that discussion. But I have sat with her in meetings that I wanted her in the room with lawmakers in Georgia. Georgia lawmakers, right? She was a volunteer, not Mary Clarice Hathaway. Sophia Fong was a volunteer at a Trump rally. When you volunteer for a Trump rally, you have to fill out information and be cleared. Now, I don't know all the details, but you have to fill it out in advance. I'm volunteering. They send it in. You are cleared to be a volunteer. They don't let you wander around at a Trump rally. We've seen what happened in Butler, PA, with a jacket that says volunteer. They don't let you do it. You have to be cleared. Volunteer at a Trump rally, not Mary Clarice Hathaway. All right? A division or precinct chair where she had precinct captains that worked underneath her in Cobb County. I mean, the list goes on of her activity, her time, and dedication to the party. So I'm not here campaigning for her. I'm just telling you on the day that it was Sophia Fong. Now, I'll tell you why I'm going to keep going on this. And I'll give you the two reasons before we close. On the day it was Sophia Fong, agree, disagree, Sally Grubbs.
Sophia Farouk.
Huh?
Sophia Farouk.
What? Oh, he is Mr. Fong. Farouk. Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fong Farouk. Sorry, back up. Sophia Farouk. Thank you, Diane, so much. Sophia Farouk on this day, and Mr. Fong, they present their campaigns in Cobb. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this. And on that day, it looks like a done deal that Sophia is going to be the next chair. So they go out. Now, everyone says this was Sally. When I say everyone, I got 5-6 phone calls. Now, if it was not Sally on the character assassination of Sophia, if it was not her getting involved with Mary Clarice Hathaway, and she was against this kind of campaign, Sally would have, could you put this, can you find the Sally Debbie? Because Debbie ran over and said what? Now, Sally says she wasn't involved. Now, this campaign is over. Debbie runs over to the Cobb County Convention Saturday, takes a picture with Sally, grinning like a possum, grinning like the shit stirrer that she is. They take a picture, and Debbie put underneath, I cropped it out, the good guys win. The good guys win. Right? Now, all along, Sally's like, I don't control Debbie. Almost like I don't know her. I don't have association. I don't control her. Immediately, as a professional, she should have immediately, the first attack Debbie put out, let everyone know that she did not advocate this, it was not acceptable, and would not be sent again. Now, I have a question, and I want an answer on this. I got 2 minutes. Now, if you're in a county over 80,000, you actually have your caucus for your county delegates almost a month in advance. That means your delegates, their phone numbers, their email addresses, the chairperson has your county delegate list for almost a month before the convention. I want to know if Debbie Dooley had access, if Bill Simons, just asking, had access, or some way access was given to the Cobb County delegates for the convention, that she was able to email all the attacks, every one of them. I just want to know, was that possible? Did that happen? Now, if you're out there questioning the same thing, if you end up with Sally Grubbs as first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, this will continue. This is the way she operates. She's a bad person, all right? We must stop her in her tracks now. Second, guess who knows? Guess who knows? Give me number 70 for the list of bad people altogether there. Fredericks and them. We'll get into that more. Guess who knows everything, my opinion, everything about this? Josh McCoon. Josh McCoon, plausible deniability, knows all of what happened over at Cobb. You see, everything that you say, not me. Everything that you call and tell me, not me. Every single thing that has been said about Cobb County GOP in this past weekend's election of a chair, Sally Grubbs got up and announced at that convention she's running for first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And Sally Grubbs also got up and gave a glowing endorsement of Josh McCoon for chairman. So are you wanting me to believe that Josh doesn't know what's happening over here? No, that's not possible. Josh knows. My guess is he's in on it. That's my guess. We'll go with guess for 300, Alex. All right? In on it. Right? That's what you can look forward to. It's very bad. These are bad people. Now, the other thing is, keep in mind, I wish Mary Clarice Hathaway well. I never wish anybody harm, so I wish her well. But the division now in Cobb County GOP, can they restore the Cobb County GOP for the workers that they need for 2026? Or was it all about last Saturday and personal gain? Personal gain. Who cares what happens next? Possible. So I've asked this question. We're going to get to, here you go, number 62. Don't forget, Ginger Howard, Candace Taylor. That's her. That they just love each other. They just love each other. Candace and Ginger, they just love each other. And here you go, number 63. I've always said, try to find someone to make you smile like Travis Bowden makes Josh McCoon smile, as I call it, the corrupt duo. All right. And then here's this one here. Let's go with this one. And we'll get out Diane. Give me number 42. I don't know if she has a price list. I really don't. I don't know if she gets a check. I don't know if she gets a money order. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she does this out of the evil of her heart. It's not the goodness. I mean, Debbie Dooley is not attacking people and trying to destroy someone to protect Josh, to protect Sally, to protect Jason Thompson, to do whatever is next out of the goodness of her heart. That would not come from goodness, character assassination. So out of the evil, so Debbie Dooley, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Are they, Debbie? Are they done dirt cheap? I mean, just asking. Is there a going rate? What if I need someone, roughed up a little bit? Is there a price? Just wondering. Take that down. Now, Thursday, you don't want to miss this. Diane, give me number 58. Thursday, go over to Hall County. Let Garland Favorito, very important, let him tell you or give you an update over in Hall County. Let him give you an update on today's hearing and what's going on with the possible changes to election security in Georgia. Go check that out Thursday night. Also say hello to Brian Parker. Then number 60, don't forget this date here. You want to go to, now Josh has, he's not attending. Now, I don't know if he has to be in Butts County that night. I don't know if does Josh live in Butts County 3 nights a week or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back in the office Monday? I mean, is he sharing an apartment with a friend in Fulton County and go home on weekends? I mean, I'm just saying because I was told Jacqueline McCoon is now the CEO, chair of the Butts County in Jackson, Georgia, Butts County Chamber of Commerce, right? And I was told Josh and her moved there, but then again, he was at the Fulton GOP convention this past weekend. So is that where he's at? Is he staying with a friend? What's going on? Number 60, GOP candidate, Thursday, April 17th, 2025. You have a meet and greet, a forum that will be moderated by Alex Johnson. It is $45, but they're renting a great room at the Civic Center. It's going to be quite an event with great information on candidates, and you get a meal. All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. We'll venture outside of Cobb County tomorrow. I promise. We just have to lay the groundwork of just how bad and what could happen if we don't take down the evil as it's looking us in the eye currently. And you know the names I have for it. I'm your host, BKP. Take me out of here. I'll see you tomorrow morning.